Alright, bros. My beautiful, beautiful daily took a shit on me. The 300K Accord that's still running strong. You know, I got the Beamer back there. But, yeah, so one day, it's literally this gas station right here, right? Got gas, turned it off. Well, of course, turned it off, got the gas, went to go turn it back on, didn't want to turn on. Mind you, when I went to turn the car on to go to the gas station, it started perfectly fine. Went and tried to get a jump, wouldn't do it. Got a new battery, still wouldn't do it. So our case, like our problem, is definitely the starter. It's definitely the starter. I mean, again, it's most likely a 300K starter. So I hope you guys can hear me with that plane. But yeah, it's definitely most likely a stock starter. So 300K out of a starter, I'm fine with you guys, Honda. I appreciate you. We're gonna go ahead and change this out real quick. I'm gonna go ahead and sack all our 12s. Like I said, you got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I broke them all free with a hand, so I can now just go ahead and take it out. They're not really that hard per se. Let's get them all started. The top ones are nuts and the bottom ones are bolts. A little fun fact. Oof. So I like to do it by hand so I don't drop any of the bolts. I took off our vacuum hose right here, just took a nice little bit of WD-40 and a little vise grip or any type of pliers. You just want to give it a little twist as you take it off, and it'll ease off and won't break. Didn't break at all. Perfect. This one down here goes to the bottom, so all I do is take it out this brace right here, so it's detached. This right here is gonna go to the side. That's fine. You have a brace down here, which is more likely a 12. Let's see. Hold on. Let me check. Yes, sir. I'm right. So it is a 12 down here for the brace. Basically, it's just the extra support brace for this bracket right here. I mean, there's your manifold. So take that bracket off, and it'll help also release this off. All right, so I went ahead and took off that support bracket I told you guys. The 12mm down there wasn't too bad. All our manifold brackets, bolts is off. Like I said, I went ahead and took this off. It's a 10mm just to give us a little bit of extra playroom. I don't want to snug on the fuel rail and injector harness is too hard. What else? Like I said, we took the vacuum line off. I left everything else on. Didn't touch anything else besides take our battery off. Also, make sure you do this, right? Once you do this, watch this. Well, make sure it's not snugging right there. Give it a little pry, and boom, manifold is off. And it's so funny that I'm between two mechanic shops, and I just got this done in about like what, maybe 10-15 minutes, and they just out here like, as they do when they touch, I was watching me work. It's funny because they don't know I'm a mechanic, and when I first broke down and I went to them, they was trying to charge me some crazy price off rip. Told me I need a brand new battery. That's gonna be like $140 or some shit like that. Don't try to get a mechanic, bro. Don't try to get a mechanic. Like, I'm a mechanic. Once you do this now, I'm going to actually, let's see. This is actually a newer K24, so it has the little emissions box back here. But your starter is right there. And it's only two 17mm bolts. So let me get this out the way. Make sure nothing else is snugging on it. If I take anything else off, of course I'll let you know. I gotta clean this out. That's not running too healthy. I don't like that at all. Sheesh. I knew it was burning oil, but damn. Still, 300K, this shit runs strong. This shit don't miss a heartbeat at all. Look, keep looking at me. They keep staring at me as they pass. Yes, I'm done. My manifold's off already. All I gotta do is move this out the way, take two more bolts out, and the starter is out. Alright, so due to this right here, right? Not all these motors have it. But I guess this is a newer model, so that's when they started to implement them for, like, I guess it has to be emission reasons. So, okay, being that that's there, it literally blocks the room for you to have when you could cheat the job kind of and just have this manifold snake back on this side. You could go ahead and get the 217s, the 113mm and the sensor, but because we have this, everything had to move. Alright. Everything had to move. So what I had to do was I took all this off. I took the excuse me. Took this off, it's off. Dial, the position sensor. I just unbolted that, didn't take the zip tie off. I took the hoses off right here. Woo! Sheesh. So you have a hose right here. The only coolant hose will be the one that connects to the if you see that rack right there, let me see if I get in there for you guys. See that right there? That hose right there leads right there to that port on the daughter body. So that's the only one that has coolant. It'll eventually stop spilling because the motor isn't on. And the motor hasn't been on in a while, so it's fine. I kind of upset that I don't got my thermostat right now. Yeah. You see it right here. This is your starter, guys, right here. You have your negative right here, which is the sensor wire. It's all in one. Go ahead and pull that off. And then you have your 13mm, which is the red hot wire. Go ahead and pop that cover off. Yeah, you can tell this hasn't been done. Cover is even stuck on. You know if the covers are stuck on, this has never been touched. Just gonna go ahead and take this little flathead real quick. Just pry up on the cover a little bit. There we go. Hell yeah, this OEM. Look at this OEM starter in here, boys. God damn. Alright, that's cool. That's cool. So this is a 13mm. We're gonna go ahead and pop that off. Once we pop this off, we can then go ahead and attack. This is 17. This harness is in the way for me to show you guys. It's literally right under this harness. If you look right under this harness, and you see right there, can my finger get to it? Can you see my finger? No, you can't. Let me see if I can put the flash. Both bolts are out. My glove is ripped. Just give it a little wiggle. If not, just get a little flathead, tap it on here, because again, like I said, my starter is the stock starter, so it's been on here for 300K, so she's definitely seized on there. I'm gonna go ahead and just try and pry a little bit with the flathead by itself. Maybe just give it a nice little tap right here. I'm gonna go get a hammer, just get a nice little tap right here. Pry it back a little bit, should shake off. Sheesh! From Japan, boys, straight from Japan, homies. Stock parts. God damn. That shit really got the stamp on it, yo. That shit really stamped, homies. JDM spec, you heard? Alright, so let's go get the starter, come back and throw it in for you guys. I wish I had my thermostat and water pump and everything to do right now, because it's right here. So I was going to have to take this back off in the future. I'll probably get a new intake gasket. I got a new intake boot on the way. Looks like I might have to order one of these, because I see it cracking a little bit. And some new hose clamps for right here, because I don't like how that looks. Besides that, everything else looks pretty good. The alternator is definitely done. You can see that's popping off, but everything else is good. So I'm gonna go ahead and get the new starter now, come back and throw it in for you guys.